Alrighty. Today's a good one. Tonight's a good one. If you consider the late morning, if you haven't gotten to sleep yet, the nighttime, even though it's 4:30 a.m. I've always considered that still the nighttime because I haven't gotten to sleep yet. Because sleep is for pussies. It's for the weak. And it's for people who don't talk about insomnia into a microphone. And then they get insomnia. So, I'm here to tell you that I've been talking a lot about mental illness and some fucked up shit. It kind of ends up happening to myself in my life, so you're welcome, folks. I'm not really, I have an apartment for rent. Well, I'm still kind of living here, I guess. I don't really know if you'd call this living. But, I'm breathing, so technically, yeah, I'm living. Is it a life worth living? Probably not. But hey, $9.50 total a month. That's, not including my portion that I probably won't be paying for. Because it's pretty cheap to begin with, so you should be thankful. You can have the master bedroom. And my number is 763-242-4788. Message me on Twitter in case I broke another cell phone that somebody borrowed me by throwing it at the wall or just because technology isn't really agreeing with me lately. So, it's not my fault. We'll just blame the tech. On x.com, I am at, where's the Because Pod? I'll just put a link in the thing, I guess. A lot of followers, 202. Tell your friends and family about the podcast and how, if you want them to know what the truth about reality. If you want to know the truth about reality. If you don't really want to know how kind of fucked this world is, at least from my personal experience, don't listen. I should have probably said this at the beginning of every episode, but I kind of like throwing a surprise or two at you. But no, yeah. I figured most people would probably not believe a word I'm saying, think I'm crazy, or I'm just doing comedy. Hey, man, Sure. It's a free country, so yeah, comedy. You hear that, Mom? She's one of the 3 listeners. Yeah, it's all a bit. A little bit. Not a long bit or not a bit. A little bit. Just a little one. And we're about, at that point. So this episode's, I'm going to try to stay on topic here and keep it quick, concise, precise. This one, we're going to do legalizing. Why is prostitution not even legalized? Why is, having sex for money frowned upon? It's like people look at prostitutes as, disgusting, fucking dirty rats. Why? You have sex, right? Well, if your dick works, or you're a pussy and you're fucking a dude with a working cock. Let me ask, just to throw this out there for a filler. Does anybody, have the right of dick medication or pills? Does anybody else have a problem even getting an erection for a few seconds for a month? No? At 25? Okay. You're welcome. So, let me say this. I know prostitution is legalized in Las Vegas. I don't know if it's the entire state of Nevada. And I know some countries in Europe legalized it. And I'm here to tell you why it's actually probably one of the best ideas the U.S. government could do and could have, and one of the best bills they could pass since we're $36 trillion in debt. So imagine a dude who is a firearm owner. Obviously, I think every man is in this country probably. And he's a, what do they call it? I don't even remember. I can't think of the term for a dude who doesn't have sex very often. You think I would know that term, considering. I don't even know. My brain's kind of cloudy. But, a dude who doesn't have sex for whatever reason, because he's like a nerd or he just likes to fucking not see a shape-shifting, weight-gaining, weight-losing woman that he's inside of literally lose and gain 30 or 40 pounds in front of his face while he's inside of her. That's probably what nobody's gone through in this world, but hey, you're welcome. That'll instantly, you're not gonna be able to maintain a fucking hard erection after that. I'm just gonna be blunt. You're not going to be able to even stay hard if you have an entire bottle of dick pills in you. Totally, yeah. There's really, well, what else can I say about that? But imagine this dude is just trying to fuck or get a blowjob because, or whatever, people have needs. Because he can't get hard when he's alone in his room because he's on a government watch list and they're trying to get him to go shoot up a fucking mall or a school. So the internet is fucking with his life. Along with, he has like brain damage and a tumor. And then I hope this should not be happening. And if it is, it's not, obviously. You're welcome. The AI or whatever the fuck they are, porn stars, which is, podcasters as well for my situation. No, I'm not joking about that shit. Every time he watches porn, they're just responding to his inner thoughts inside of his head. Making comments about his life and his history and things he's been thinking about lately. And then there's constant chit chat from the neighbors. Oh, you can't even get hard. So you compile all those things. And the neighbors also said, hey, if you quit your job, your government job that the taxpayers pay for, your salary, we'll leave you alone and this will all be over. You won't have to deal with any of this bullshit anymore. So he doesn't have any money because he quit his job. Now he does Uber Eats and DoorDash and Amazon Flex. Until eventually that, a couple years go by and the end result is this. Somebody who, even if I could get hard, I don't think I'd even want to have sex with anybody, any woman in this world ever again. because she might turn into a fucking vampire werewolf in front of my face and fucking, you know. You ever been talking to a woman and, you know, this is back when I thought everybody could read my mind. Fun times. And, yeah. I'm not joking about that shit either. And for some reason, I figured out that people could tell whether I was hard or not. Human beings that I'm like hanging out with. So you're talking to a woman and she's like making comments about how your dick is not getting hard, but you have your clothes on. So I'm just painting a picture for the kind of person who might be trying to have sex before they, you know, like accidentally overdose on fentanyl. I'm kidding. It's carfentanil. It's stronger than fentanyl. So imagine he can't find a prostitute. He's never gotten one. He's never, you know, and he doesn't really want to like bother people and, you know, even go to the bar really because he might see his entire family there, but they're not actually his family. I wasn't joking about that shit either. So instead of kidnapping some innocent woman, throwing her in the trunk of his car, because this is how some people are, unfortunately, folks. Not me. You're welcome. Because he can't find a prostitute, so he just fucking beats some woman over the head with a fucking hammer. Or, you know, chloroform's the better way to go. It doesn't show up on a drug test and it doesn't leave any like bodily bruises or marks. I'm kidding. Don't ever do any of this shit. It's a joke. Not the effectiveness of it compared to a hammer or roofies, but instead of doing that, imagine if the government legalized and what's the word I'm looking for? Mandated and kind of oversaw the legalization of prostitution, which is literally just a man or a woman paying you, probably somebody from the opposite sex, because we're not fucking, you know. I mean, do what you gotta do, but I mean, this is the Lord's fucking world, man. But he, they pay to consensually, not kidnap and rape, to consensually have sexual intercourse. I know it's a disgusting thing to even think about legalizing, right? Most people are like, oh my God, prostitute. What a disgusting fucking tramp. They can make good money. If you're working the right corner. If you're working the right corner. And, you know, eventually you can work your way up and get a pretty decent, you know, clientele list. Because if they like you, they're going to, and they have money, even if the dude's married, you know what I mean? They're going to call you back and do it. You know, they're going to be a repeated customer. You can make some decent bank, even not having sex. This is why OnlyFans is pretty interesting. You know, I should have really just told my mom about OnlyFans. You can just take pictures of your feet and make like a couple grand. So yeah, the government mandates it and legalizes it, but they're not just going to let everybody run around willy nilly and fucking. No, everybody gets STD tests like at least weekly, I'd imagine. The woman and the man has to show up with a STD test, like paperwork, official from the fucking doctor. And obviously, I mean, unless the chick is trying to get pregnant, which I can't imagine that would ruin her business, ruin her small business venture opportunity, which, you know, it's probably going to be a big business eventually. You know, obviously, I don't know how they would do, you know, some states are so fucking crazy when it comes to birth control and abortions. And I've been saying this for like a year. Abortion should be legalized in the entire country, maybe the world, until the child is at least 18 years old. What, Hayden? What? You mean what? You mean 18 weeks in the womb? No, 18 years after birth. They're your child. I mean, if we're going China on everybody, we should really go China. You know? But you can have sex with children in China and Japan and a few other countries. You can have sex with a 10-year-old in some countries, legally. That's fun. The difference is here in America, our government officials probably do it illegally. So which one's worse? Consensual sex with a 10-year-old in a foreign country that's illegal? Or raping a kid as like a 98-year-old man who's the president? So, I don't give a shit. This is for humanity, everybody. We're $36 trillion in debt. I don't think anybody really understands how much fucking money that is. So, obviously, birth control, and if she gets pregnant, it wouldn't really be. The condom thing is a whole nother fucking. I don't know how the government. I'm not going to tell everybody what to do. This is just my idea on why it should be legalized. You can tax it. I mean, it's just having sex consensually, but somebody's getting paid and the dude is not shooting up a school the next day or kidnapping the same woman who's got an STD, you know, a couple weeks earlier and she's pregnant now. She's going to have to get an abortion. She's going to drive to an illegal state. Are people okay in this country? Like, why is this not already legalized? I don't give a shit. STDs, tests, they got to be clean. I mean, obviously birth control, probably. I'm sure the dude doesn't want to have a whore's kid, but she's a legal whore. I'm joking, you know. Of course, some of these dudes are going to want to have kids with a whore. A legal whore who makes a living, you know. And that's the thing. If you find one of these legal whores really early in the game, you just say, hey, toots, just do OnlyFans. We could literally film us having sex And people will pay a lot of money for it on OnlyFans. I don't know why dudes do this, but, hey. Some dudes spend a lot of money to look at women's toes. It's actually not a bad idea. God, I'm full of good ones. This also is somewhat correlated to, I think the prostitution thing, it obviously has to do, it's connected to the fact that we are so, against showing nudity on television in this country. It's kind of absurd, and it bothers me. Not because I need to see tits or a pussy or a dick or an ass, but it actually is melting my mind trying to figure out the logic and the reason here. Because we show, fucking so many movies and shows where dudes are getting fucking blown to bits and people are getting their head blown off and people are overdosing and they're fucking choking on the vomit. People are like Saw is on cable TV. Jigsaw. Where people are trapped in a human torture, obstacle course where they almost have no chance of getting out. And it's going to kill them once the timer goes off. There's blood everywhere. People love it. But you can't show a nipple or a tit. Dude, I'm actually probably has a little something to do with school shooters as well, which also ties into the legalizing of prostitution. All these things connect, man. It's really kind of fucked up. Why? It's I don't understand. I get why prostitutes maybe were looked at as dirty people, or because they're having a bunch of dicks in them all the time, and they probably got STDs, and they're probably having more children, and they're probably doing drugs. Guess what? If it's legalized and mandated by the government or a company or whatever, no STDs, murder rates drop, rape rates drop, public mass shooting rates drop, violence drops significantly in all 5 of these categories. I'm guessing the overall mood in the entire country would be a little bit more uplifting. I'm not even joking. Suicide rates down. Did I say that already? Oh, God. You need to be married to have sex. I don't think God really gives a shit about that, to be quite honest. You think God would rather 2 unmarried people having sex? You think he'd be more okay with that, or the dude kidnapping, drugging, raping, and murdering the woman? Or shooting a bunch of people in a crowd? Because he just wanted to get his rocks off. He just wanted to bust a nut, and he literally can't, because the U.S. government is psyoping the shit out of him. The internet's reading his mind and responding to his thoughts. I'm just talking about me. This isn't happening to anybody else. Porn stars are reading my mind, responding to my thoughts. Anytime I try to watch porn, I hear fucking chatter from the neighbors talking about me. It's so un-American. It's fucking sickening. So yeah, I have a hard time getting hard, even when I'm with a woman, which is, once a year maybe. for a couple minutes. America, God shine his grace on thee. And I'm not saying I'm going to go do anything to anybody, because I have self-control and I'm somewhat, I'm actually fully able to control my emotions for the most part. I have outbursts when I'm alone, because, who wouldn't? But I would never, I should really be in heaven right now, or most people would have killed themselves in my situation. So, I'm doing these episodes literally to try to, help humanity and try to, point out some fucking retarded shit that doesn't make any sense to me at all. But then when I look at it, I'm like, it's probably just the government trying to control the population again. That's really what it all comes back to. Why we're so against nudity, prostitution, which is it's okay if the two people have sex without the money and it's just them at a bar. Nobody gives a shit about that. The lady's trying to make some side money. She got a side hustle. I thought this was America. Why do we love, why do women specifically, more so than men, love serial killer documentaries? No, it's really actually kind of concerning. Why do a lot of people love watching documentaries about mostly men, because women aren't running around killing people? Why is that? Why are the suicide rates so much higher compared to women in this country? And there's almost no women serial killers. Let's think. That's a really good question. I know the suicide rates are most likely due to men not talking about their emotions because they think it's weak and they're a pussy and they're not gay. I won't talk about that. I'm just gonna polish my gun. That'll keep the depression away and the gay feelings I have for my family that I love and care about, that I shouldn't access or tap into those emotions or feelings ever. I should just be a emotionless robot who kidnaps women and eventually kills himself. That's kind of the logic, at least the mindset. Because that's what it's going to lead to. You're going to you're eventually going to do some shit you regret. So just talk about it into a microphone and then blow your brains out. Or listen to some comedy. A couple comedians I really like are Tim Dillon. He's a gay man. I know he doesn't barely even talks about it. I watched Tim Dillon for 6 fucking months and I didn't even know he was gay. Jessica Kirson, which she doesn't do a lot of podcasts, but she does. She has stand-up clips on her Instagram and shit like that. So they're two of my favorite comedians are a gay fat pig and an old Jewish woman. They're both very funny. Who else? It's a good question. The rest of them all suck. No, I'm just kidding. I like Matt and Shane, or at least used to. I don't listen to podcasts anymore. I can't do it. I don't enjoy anything anymore, really, so it's nothing personal. Matt and Shane's secret podcast, those two guys are pretty funny. Who else? Bad Friends is alright. Theo Von. I like Theo Von a lot, too. I used to when I would, kind of enjoyed listening to podcasts. Theo Von is funny because he just, the way he talks about certain things and the way he says words and the way, he just fucking has a way about him. There's really nobody like that guy at all. For some reason, I think Tucker Carlson is funny as fuck. The way he Tucker Carlson. His podcast episode with Theo Von was pretty funny. Just his delivery, his timing and his delivery. Yeah, I mean, what do you do? So, I know I got another one on the tip of my fucking tongue. Another funny, if you're looking to not, venture off into the wilderness and try to see if you can accidentally stumble across a grizzly bear and her cubs. You'd think with all the money we give away to other countries, dude, imagine if we didn't give $300 billion to Ukraine and we just invested in mini sentry turrets, with stun gun bullets in every school. Or every, school that is likely to have a school shooter run up in there, which is probably everyone in the country, unfortunately. Yeah, the government, would probably do that, right? Instead of giving a bunch of money to a shit fucking bag country in the middle of nowhere across the globe. What, we're really worried about Russia invading Ukraine and taking over the world? Is that what we're really worried about? What are we doing? Why? Why are we not investing in mini sentry guns the size of a camera at a gas station to stop the school shooters from killing our children and our adults too in the other areas eventually? Why don't we what? I mean, I've already gone over why this is, and it's really fucking unfortunate that I'm probably right about the school shooters cancel school episode. I really wish I wasn't right about it, but I know I am. That's the fucked up part, folks. I'm not here I did that episode and the purgatory episode and the tides that bind us. Those three are very subject specific. I try to stay on one subject during the whole episode. And they're very three important subjects if you want to go listen to them. But I did that to I just lost my train of thought. To literally point out, not because I support or believe or want people to be blowing the heads off of their classmates. You know, if I was going to say, it's probably, I don't know what the difference is in school shootings versus mass shootings. I'm sure I'm sure there's more school shootings. I don't know. But for the mass shootings, which it's not including children, how many do you people think would be reduced if prostitution was legalized? At least half. Legalize sports betting in the country. That's a better way of getting out your fucking weird fucking urges. Just put a bunch of fucking money on the Diamondbacks. Those two things would definitely cut down mass shootings, at least by half, I'd imagine. But the government, because the government's behind it, of course they're not going to do that. That's why those two things aren't legalized. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Uh, why did school shootings actually start? Right around the time the internet became a thing, I think. Yeah, it actually, like what, late 90s, early 2000s when they started ramping up, or slowly, gradually starting. Right around the time the internet started becoming a thing. Another kawinky dink. Aiden's just a crazy junkie who doesn't even really do drugs. I don't. I should be. These are things people don't want. These are things Satan. I don't think he exists in this world. No, I had a fake devil person kill him. Trust me, she ain't, this is the kind of blowjob where you would like demand your money back. You ever seen an anaconda or a boa constrictor wrap around a gazelle or like a deer? You know how like boa constrictors, they're known because they constrict around the animal they're gonna swallow whole. So imagine the deer is your cock that used to get hard a lot, like really hard. And imagine the boa constrictor is a hand or two. when I think about it, I like. Oh, no, no. No, no, no. Dry. It's like if they plopped a boa constrictor and a deer in the middle of the dry season in the Saharan desert. And they're rolling around on the fucking desert sand and there's not a drop of water within like dozens of miles. No kind of liquids anywhere. Not even from the saliva from the deer and the snake. So that's, took care of Satan. At least that's what I'd imagine she'd do. I don't know what the fuck else she'd be doing. Anyways, yeah, prostitution is legal in Nevada and I guess in Maine too. What? No fucking way. George Carlin has a great bit on prostitution. Go check him out. Pretty sure he used to hit his wife, so that's really funny. It's ironic. It comes down to economics. If women are selling or giving away sex, the market value of sexual access drops precipitously. Ideally, we would evolve culturally to a point where women had access to economic security. Why is it just women? No, this is a serious fucking issue I have with this whole prostitution thing. Why is it just women that can make money having sex? It's a bit sexist, wouldn't you think? No, it really is. That's another thing. It's like, nobody's going to pay a man to have, like a woman's not going to pay a man to have sex with her. Why? Because what? She can just fucking go to the bar and get drugged and raped? Like, what's the logic there? I don't understand. I thought we voted on equal rights here. But we're not there yet. Dude, I swear to God. I might go walk around as a fake prostitute just so some dude will kidnap and kill me. Oh, decriminalizing, not legalizing. Okay, well, that's interesting. You think the government would want to fucking get their cut? Human Rights Watch has conducted research on sex work around the world, including in Cambodia, China, Tanzania, and the United States, and most recently South Africa. The research, including extensive consultations with sex workers and organizations that work on the issue, has shaped the Human Rights Watch policy on sex work. Human Rights Watch supports the full decriminalization of consensual adult sex work. But we can't show a tit still. How fucking hilarious would that be? Hey, honey, do you want to watch the new Walking Dead season 49? They're finally decriminalizing prostitution in the Walking Dead show. They don't show any of the nudity. Yeah, they have these new like zombies that look exactly like human beings, and they actually torture the zombies to try to get information out of them. You can see that, which is a really good scene. They skin them alive on camera. You can see the inside of their, under their skin, their flesh. I'm honestly kind of bored of the whole prostitution thing. It should just be legalized already. I figured it would have been. Should prostitution be a crime? Or is this? I can't tell if some of these articles are like joking. I but we can mind rape people. Okay. Um, I wouldn't. God, imagine like being God, and if God, I don't think comedy is bad. I don't understand. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna talk about prostitution for another few minutes. I gotta hit an hour. I don't want to get into another fucking subject about fucking nothing that nobody gives a shit about except my apartment for rent. Give me a call or a message or a comment. So yeah, I don't know. Why isn't it legalized? Probably because the government's still trying to control the people. It's like a form of unfreedom, un-American, anti-freedom, anti, which is so crazy. When you realize all the fucking violence in TV and television, it's kind of insane. I don't, all right, I'm going to try to really think hard on why this country in particular is so against just nudity on television. But you can go watch a 60s show, MASH, people getting their heads blown off. Let me think. Religion might have something to do with it, but I honestly don't think God would give a fuck. Why would he allow violence on television? And I'm not saying it's up to God or like God is the one not allowing nudity, but I think it's like the way people were raised in terms of like Christian households in this country and Christianity being the main religion. We don't really have a religion specifically in this country, but that's obviously the main one that most people are faithful to. But I had a point on something in relation to that. Oh, whatever. Let's think. So, yeah, my memory just got kind of poof, gone. We're doing that. But I can't um, provide a half-hard cock to some woman for rent. I'll be lucky if it's half. It's rarely 3/5. I'd say it's like, I mean, I don't know, because after that whole debacle and Halloween fucking costume thing, it looked like, dude, Yeah. I haven't really had the opportunity, which is why I say I'm kind of good on all that in this life. I am good. I'm really good. Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, that was fun. That was really funny. Hayden, former self, comatose Hayden. What was I thinking about? God, dude. I get distracted from the neighbors. And then I think I'm like, dude, I talked about this movie Delirium a couple months ago on one of the episodes. And like literally, I think it's actually what's been happening to me. This is what happens in my life. You're welcome. And that's why I've been hearing AI recorded version of myself on GarageBand will respond to my thoughts. I've talked about this a couple times. He's been saying and pronouncing "you're welcome" in my previous episodes, a little bit weirdly. I thought it was weird. I'm like, what the fuck? And like TV shows will do this, and podcasts, radio, movies, everything will do this. They'll pronounce certain words certain ways. And I can just, every single fucking time, I can just sense it. It's like somebody is grabbing my spine and fucking shaking it vigorously. It's not very conducive to like a hopeful lifestyle. But hey, hopefully in fucking 40 years, when the government has fully controlled everybody, they might legalize prostitution in one more state. I'm still, yeah, I'm on E. Yeah, dude, whatever. Sure. Can I, God, when you start like thinking, when I start thinking, man, are my thoughts even my thoughts? Are my emotions even my emotions? Are people even real? Is space even real? Is my previous life of memories with two of my family members who I'm not going to name, but they're, I'm not going to name them because I respect them and love them very much. Are my memories with those two people even real? Are the feelings connected to those memories even real? Are they from the past or the future? Is God real? Was the God that I saw that night of the vision, what was that? What is thinking? And what are all of these things in that world that I think is heaven? Anyways, folks, It's going to be a good fantasy football season, I think. I probably won't be participating. And if I was somehow still alive or around by that point, and if anybody is wondering, Hayden died, he ran away, what happened? Don't worry. I'm good, you'll be good, we're all good. I talked about it a couple episodes ago. It's actually a good thing. So just, be happy for me. Fucking selfish pricks. Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking, man, just imagining like the future and like there'd be a prostitution app. You just order a clean, STD free woman, your age. It's like Tinder, but for prostitution. You can look at all their fucking recent medical tests, like STD tests, birth control. Like, are they healthy? Do they use drugs? The drug test obviously would probably be. I mean, I'm not going to tell the fucking government. I'm not going to do everything for everybody in the world. Come up with all these good ideas. But I'm also going to, because why would I not? Why would I not try to help some people learn what the inside of a vagina feels like instead of the inside of the barrel of an AR-15 when they're loading the chamber? Huh. But, that's the thing. I'm trying to help you fucking people. And everybody just thinks I'm some crazy nut job who needs to go to the psych ward. That's pretty much what my family seems to think. At least the ones that I'll force to be in my presence for a little bit. Poof, that what I just talked about is gone. I don't even remember it. So this is the tumor, the brain damage, the carbon monoxide boys, drugs, and what I'm beginning to believe now is delirium, which is just a funny word to me. Because this is kind of what's happening, which is funny. If you notice sudden changes in a loved one, God damn it. This is one of the reasons why I think it's funny. If you notice sudden changes in a loved one's awareness, mood, attention, perception, and thinking, they might be experiencing the symptom of delirium, especially if they are in the hospital or very ill. The coma dream shit. Delirium is common, showing up in about 80% of patients in the intensive care unit and up to 1/3 of all patients staying in the hospital. I imagine if I was in the psych ward, something tells me the delirium wouldn't go away, even though I don't have it. but the symptoms are kind of, and I talked about it, so. Symptoms of delirium include inattention, lethargy, confusion, problems with awareness, hallucinations, and mood changes. Yeah. Holy shit. Delirium's physical cause is not understood, but may be due to brain chemistry changes when a person is ill. Oh, God. Very sick patients and older adults who are hospitalized are especially at risk. Delirium is an altered state of consciousness characterized by episodes of confusion that can develop over hours or days. And I think maybe I'm just confused because this place has fucked me. Delirium is a syndrome, not a disease. O clarifies, noting that it affects people of all ages, but especially older adults who are acutely ill. Many different health conditions are associated with it, including infection, reaction to sedating drugs, oxygen deprivation, and organ failure. A person with delirium may experience changes in their awareness of where they are. They may seem out of it, lethargic, or uninterested in their surroundings. They may be confused, anxious, see or hear things that are not there. Thinking and remembering are impaired, and anxiety, euphoria, or fear may occur. Inserted or uninserted by natural causes or unnatural. I'd imagine God's got everybody back. Delirium is common, especially in older adults and people who are very sick or in the hospital. Up to 1/3 of all patients staying in the hospital and 80% of patients in the intensive care unit experience delirium. I think all people in comas are in the ICU, the intensive care unit. That's a good question to ask the internet. Delirium. Of course, it's all. So when literally the word coma ties directly to my life, and there's probably like another like 70 words. I'm not even kidding. That's when you're like, huh. So it's probably not a coma dream. But I'm not, really worried about it. I know it's not a coma dream, everybody. But Hayden, wouldn't that mean you'd go to heaven already? Yeah, you'd think so. But maybe God was waiting for, the last couple days and the next however many seconds, minutes, hours, days that I have left here. Because I got a couple more podcast topics that I thought I might do if I got time. It's a good purging of the soul, Turn to God, everybody. I know he may seem like he doesn't care at times, or you may feel confused or lost. Just go watch the Delirium movie and try to order a hooker on the new prostitute app where they deliver a prostitute to your door. Man, it'd be nice if they did that for like sex bots. I want to fuck a sex bot. Oh, yeah, that's right. I can't really do that. No. Ask, do not assume. Dude, if this is responding to a comment I made hours ago, I'm going to be so, like, it's like, oh my God, man. I was thinking about and talking about, yeah, it was a bit I had. So it's definitely in response to that. I was like, yeah, if I ever have another vision again and I see God, I'm not even going to like exchange pleasantries or, even say, hey, what's up, God? I'm just going to like run past him, maybe suck his dick quickly, for, finally letting me break into heaven. It took, it's like, what is that fucking movie where they steal something from the, it's really hard to steal something in this movie. I don't know, who cares? We're going to do another moment of silence for all the bitches out there. Yeah. Amen. God bless. And yeah, that means the opposite. So that means everybody's cursed. It's. I don't think I remember the last time I was able to like maintain a normal, really hard erection without it going away pretty much instantly. It's actually probably been 6 months. What, January? I don't remember. I don't know if I'm starting to like wonder if I ever have in my entire life. This is how dire it's become. And this used to be because of the coma dream. How I'm like bedridden in a hospital, my limbs are numb, and my dick is not working because I'm in a coma. Well, I've disproven that. with like 10 fucking, I don't remember every single one. It doesn't matter. I shouldn't have to repeat shit that I know that God knows over and over to be like, see, God, hey, look, I know you already know this, and you and I both know that it's not a coma dream, but hey, look, I wrote it down so I remember. No, I'm actually like, nah, I'm not going to remember the thing that God just made me forget. Because he knows. He knows I know. Unless that's, the tumor and the other things, which it probably could be. But me thinking that it's God is interesting because I usually wouldn't do that, if ever. Huh. God, if you're there, man, can we do something downstairs since we're not in a coma dream? This is not a coma. I'm not in a coma or a dream of any sorts. I'm not going to just convince myself that this is a coma dream to go jump off a bridge because you said never do that, which then would essentially kill everybody in the world. It's kind of the vibe I've been getting from God. Maybe that's not God. It feels a little different. Yeah, it feels a little different. So my bad, God. But, you might have to get off your lazy ass and, try to do something for humanity for a change. I know it'd be easier for both of us if I just, convinced myself that this is a coma dream and then I jump off a bridge to wake up with probably no memory. Because that's funny. From your mistake. Just saying. All respect and love and comedy. Just because it'd be, what? Easier than just sending a vision my way next time I'm sleeping and me ascending to heaven? Because what? You don't want to deal with the people here? Bruh. If that's what, I really hope that that's not true. A big reason I'm standing my ground big time here, folks, is I don't think I'm, I want to go to heaven right fucking now. I have for like 6 months. But I'm like, does God care about humanity? I have gotten the feeling, because now it feels different. But before I'm like, yeah, God, I believe God will fucking take care of everybody here. I do believe that. I've been getting that vibe for a couple weeks. So what have we been doing? Purging? Yeah, that's good. He likes hearing that voice. Let's use that against him. Because that's funny. 5:37 a.m., July 20th. We're just rolling along. 1:14, we're going to cut it here. I'm not even going to read a Dungy quote, so go buy the book yourself, you fucking lazy pieces of shit. Try to get free content from me and Dunge. Come on.